Hello everybody, welcome back to another adventure, and today we're at Parky Pobedy. Let's take a look around. Just jumping right into it here. You know, the subway station's right over there. I don't know if y'all can really see. It's like right there. I just ate some KFC for lunch. Had like this Thai burger or something, which was pretty good, not gonna lie. So today we're gonna be going inside Parky Pobedy, checking out like the museum. And if you guys don't know me, I'm a bit of a military geek. Like on the computer I play like war games like War Thunder, Hearts of Iron 4, which I don't really play that often, but when I do, that game has such a big learning curve that it's like kind of confusing to play for me, at least. But yeah, I usually just play War Thunder, so today's gonna be a fun day. We're gonna go inside and check out the history of like the Russian and Soviet military, I guess. And you know, as always, I'll take all around. So the entrance is right over there. I don't know if y'all can see that like big tower. And over here we got all the fountains. There's like a nice ambience. And it's also just like a memorial for like the military and its like past history and all that, with like World War II, World War I. Like that statue right behind me with the flag, I don't know if y'all can really see it. That one is that's a World War I monument. There's a lot of stuff inside, so we got a lot to check out. We're getting closer and closer to the front. Today's gonna be a big walking day. It's kind of hot out. It is 80 degrees in the sun, so you know it's cooking. I'm sweating, but it's all good because I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, this is the front, the huge monument statue. I forget exactly what it's called, but nonetheless, y'all see it. We're walking up these large stairs. It's like 2 steps or something. We're gonna get a little closer to it, get a nice look, and then I'm gonna head inside. Yeah, so we're right at the base of the monument now, pretty much. Let's take a nice look at it. Everyone paying their respects, putting flowers up there. I don't know if y'all can really see because of the lighting, but like right up there, top of the stairs, people are putting down like beds of flowers. It's a pretty cool thing. It's like taking down the Nazis. I don't know if y'all can see like the swastikas on it. I don't believe it's the eagle though. I'm not really sure, but nonetheless, it's a symbolic monument. But enough of that, let's get inside now. So I found my way to the outdoor museum, the building I went into before. That was the indoor part, which I might not do today. I don't think so. That might be a rainy day activity to go to the inside part of the museum. But that's something I'm gonna want to do. But the first thing I saw coming out here was this T-34. If y'all don't know, the T-34 is like a Soviet tank that they like mass produced and they used to defeat the Germans in 45. So it's a big symbol about the like Soviet army and all that. So they had got that right up front. And right behind me, this is the entrance to the museum. I didn't even really go in it yet, I just found the entrance. And I saw that T-34 and I was like, let me show you all that. But yeah, I'm gonna head inside now and we'll see what other cool stuff they got. So we just made it in here and the first thing we see are a bunch of German equipment that was probably used at some point. Of course, even here we have a like the turret for one of the German tanks, the T1. Cool. But over here is pretty awesome because they have the 38T. There's some stats about it. I'm not too familiar with this one. Or oh, that's about the anti-AA over there. Pretty cool. Let's see what this one is. This is like a self-propelled artillery, something like that. And then here we got the Strug 3. I would think I used this one in War Thunder now. And it wasn't bad. But it's pretty cool. Let's get a look at it from the front. Just like that. We have some other stuff here. Got the T4 medium tank right here, which is pretty cool as well. And over here, this looks like some Russian tank. I'm not really sure. A T something. Yeah, T-34. The classic. Moving on, we got like a rebuild of the fortifications, I guess, like trenches. This would have been like to be in the trenches during World War II, I guess. Just it's kind of eerie, actually. Imagine being here during a war, which has been reality to so many people. And up here, this would be like the ground level, I guess. Y'all can see, got the trenches down below, the tanks over there. Just like this. Let's check out what's down here now. I guess this is how like shelters or like they built stuff in the trenches. Looks like a bed. Looks like another like bunk area as well. And here's like a table. Sort of take shelter during the times. Back in the trenches, there was one more thing to see, and it's right here. I believe this is like one of the first aid shelters or something like that. Kind of see everything in there. I guess how they would just like store stuff and build these like sort of like safe spots in the trenches. We're gonna keep moving on, walking, and see what else this place has, because there is a lot here. It's a huge museum. And I guess this is how it would look like if like a tank were to like go over one of the trenches. You can see this is like a destroyed German tank. Let's go around though and get a closer look at it. In the meantime, let's check out what this thing is. It's like a fixed tank firing spot. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And there we got another destroyed German tank here. And all those like black things you see, those are like anti-tank defenses. Just sort of like try and stop tanks from like getting through. Hey, let's get a look at this like right underneath it. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. And we're gonna keep on moving now. And over here we got this tank destroyer, the SU-100, which is a pretty cool looking tank destroyer. You can see the specs of it right here. And you know, that's one of my favorite tanks in War Thunder. So you know, it's a real cool tank. But we're gonna keep on going. Let's see what else they have here. Some anti-aircraft and a train here. Some like cargo train. And whatever this thing is, I have no idea what this can be. Let's see. Oh, some like reconstruction tool. To like put like logs in the ground, I think. Yeah. And this is the train. Let's see what this is about. For the wagon. Oh, so that's just a destroyed bridge representation. Interesting, interesting. Let's go see what this train is up there. So we have this like train. Let's see, a cargo platform. And over here we got a train mounted anti-aircraft up there. Let's see. This is some like medical train. And it looks like we got more tanks and aircraft coming up now. Yeah. Let's see. Going down the other way here, it looks like we have like a real burnt down plane from the time. Which is really eerie to think that someone could have been flying this thing like 80 years ago, something like that. And they have a whole bunch of like different like artillery types and guns. Yeah. Let's see, there's an anti-tank gun right here. This other regiment gun. This anti-aircraft gun from Poland. And then this famous truck, which is like the pinnacle of like Soviet engineering, I guess you could say. Big guy's truck. I've seen these things in movies and stuff from like the time, or to represent that time, like the movie T-34. It's a great movie, and like one of the opening scenes, they're in a truck just like that. Got a field kitchen here. Some other a destroyed Panther tank, which has like nothing left of it almost. And yeah, let's go. Got another famous car here, which I believe this is one of the first mass-produced cars in the Soviet Union. Yeah, gas passenger car. And you know, looks like this way. I think this thing is called the Katyusha, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Perfect, I was right. Yeah, so this was like a MLR. Pretty cool, pretty cool. This thing behind me is pretty insane. It's like a huge railway gun. Let's take a look at it. This thing is huge. I believe this is like the Russian or Soviet version of the Gustav gun. Or like a gun that's on rails, because I mean, look at me compared to this thing. It's massive. And yeah, exactly. It was a railway gun. TM 180. Specs are kind of worn out. Oh well. But yeah, this thing is pretty insane. And here we got a close look at one of the Russian heavy tanks, or Soviet heavy tanks. It's like a KV-1 something from War Thunder, of course. No, I'm just kidding. This thing is pretty insane. Just look around it. Pretty ripping. Yeah, the KV-1S. Y'all can see it behind me. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And here we got the Katyusha actual like launcher on the truck. You can see it right here. Pretty cool. And over here we got a regular T-34. Which is also really insane. Just gotta look around it. The exhaust tips. And then the Katyusha, I guess that's how the rockets were mounted on it. And we got some other artillery pieces over here. Pretty cool looking at all this stuff. Now we're moving into the planes. These are all the artillery pieces that I just showed y'all. Yeah, we got some planes over here, more tanks on that side, which we'll get to. But let's see what this big plane is about. It's the IL-2 ground attack aircraft. Interesting. And it looks like we got a motor of it. Or an aircraft engine. The AIM-38. Someone's got to put this thing in a Miata. I'm just playing, but yeah, it's a pretty cool big plane. Over here we got some prop planes or turboprop planes. Yep. That's the I-15. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but it looks like there's like some summer camp here or something. They're like chanting. Got another anti-aircraft. Over here, the DI-6. Pretty crazy stuff. I-16. I remember this thing from War Thunder, I think. Name is very familiar. WW2. This is the engine. And then we have another like bomber reconnaissance plane. And this gas car. But I'm gonna head to the other side now and look at the tanks. Kind of cool too, because it's like cut in half, so y'all can like see how the inside of the tanks were. Man, that is a tight spot. BT7, that's one of the first things you get in War Thunder. Let's get another look at it. We're gonna head to the back now where there's even more tanks. Getting into more of the tanks, we got M4A2 Sherman here. Just read the specs about it. And you know, it's a classic American tank, just like the T-34 from the time. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And let's see what this is. This is kind of cool actually. The Su-57 gun with a motor carriage from the USA. That's pretty cool. Gotta check it out. Over here we got another variant of the T-34 85, which is just an improvement of the one we saw before.
Defend the dew point!
Awesome, awesome. Let's even, you know, get a cool flick of me. Just like that. And here we have a T-44, which I use in War Thunder. Read the specs about it. Awesome, awesome. We have an IS-2 here, which is a heavy tank, also pretty insane in War Thunder. And the next one, if it is what I think it is, that is the IS-3. Let's see. We could even do this. Like that. Now let's take a look at this thing. Exactly. The IS-3. This is a scary tank to face in War Thunder. It's one of my favorite tanks. Another like flick, just like this. Like that. It's pretty cool, pretty cool. And right up here we have a SU-100 self-propelled gun. This is an also pretty cool looking tank, or a tank destroyer or something, propelled gun. Let's go around it. Pretty interesting. This is kind of cool. It's like I thought it was like a radar, but it's actually a huge light instead. We got like a classic Jeep here or something. Engine for the plane here. This is part of a German bomber. Something like that. Here we got another German bomber. A German aircraft engine. And then one of the German planes. The WW2. Here we have some destroyed German bomber, or something like that. There's some fighter, not really sure. But hey, y'all see the swastikas, but I mean, that's what they had on the planes back then. What can I say? That was Germany back then. So I hope YouTube doesn't get mad at my channel for that. I'm just at a museum, man. We got a bunch of different artillery pieces there. They're not going to bore y'all with everything like that. Only the cool stuff like planes and tanks. And maybe some naval carriers if they have something here. So let's keep on walking and see what else. There's a plane right over there. Y'all can probably see it. We'll get a closer look at that in just a second. We're right up under the plane now, essentially. You can see a ball turret on top. Let's go take a look at it from the front now. You can see we got some like equipment here as well. Let's see what this is. This is a mortar of some kind. Here we have another aircraft engine, the M62. And up here is that big plane. It is the LI. That's what I kind of thought. It's a transport aircraft. Pretty cool. Look at the engine, turboprop. Wondering what that's are. I don't know if that used to be cannons or a light or of some sort. I'm not really sure. But nonetheless, this is the end of this section now, and we're about to go enter the next part and see what else they have. Another anti-aircraft. Yeah. This is an awesome place to go check out all like old military stuff. Moving on, I stumbled across the like water section or the naval section. You know, I just walked for a bit. I just saw a few howitzers. It wasn't really like that. There were like small howitzers and stuff, so I wasn't really gonna bother y'all with that. But this is where I am now. We got all the different ocean or boat cannons with some small boats. Oh, these look like freaking huge torpedoes. Yeah. So, you know, we're gonna walk around here and see what else this place has. Let's see what these are about. That's a torpedo mount. Cool, so I'm assuming this thing would like pop open and they would like fly out, hit their target. That's what I kind of think. Or the other way, maybe that's how you put them in. And here we have a huge cannon. I'm assuming this is the shell that was launched out of it. Imagine being whacked by one of these. It's a Empress Maria main gun or barrel. And this thing is wild. Let's take a look at some naval cannons. Yeah. Let's have like the back side of it looks. So a guy, the aimer would sit in that seat, and then someone back here would launch it. And then we have a French naval gun, the Comet. And over here we have this pretty cool boat from back during World War II, I guess. Maybe this saw action. That would be pretty cool. You can kind of see it. We have the torpedo boat project. Something like that. It's a pretty cool looking boat. It's kind of small. The anti-air at the end. Pretty interesting. And over here we have this thing. Some submarine coning tower. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's take a look around it. I guess it's on the anti-aircraft as well. Up here it looks like we got another huge like railway gun. Let's do this. This thing is massive. I think it's bigger than the one before. Let's get a closer look at it. Yeah, an artillery transporter. This thing is absolutely massive. This thing must have had a deafening sound every time it got fired. Man. And I believe up there, I don't know if y'all can see like the shells up there with the orange tips. That's pretty much what was launched out of it. On its way to the target. And, you know, this thing is pretty insane. I mean, what can I say? Engineers, they know what they're doing when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, this is the other side of it. Let's get another look around. This thing is absolutely massive. But we're gonna keep going and, you know, see what other boats they have, because I think that's the section now. It's like the naval section. So this is actually pretty cool too. It's like, it's not actually in the water, but it's like a rebuild or something of, I guess, some famous boat. Because it's all like on concrete, but it's like, looks like a boat. I actually thought it was like in the water from far away. But yeah, we got the huge cannon at the front. Let's see what it's called. It's a 130mm naval cannon. Moving on. This thing is pretty cool. Control of the cockpit, the Fugas minesweeper. So when this was an actual boat, it was made for like you know, destroying mines and such. Got another like torpedo thing here, torpedo mount, and over here a twin gun mount. Whole bunch of cannons at the end. And here we even have like a submarine mortar. Never even knew that was a thing. You see inside it. Got a range finder. It's pretty cool. And we have like a, right here, like a sea mine. And a huge spotlight. You see that boat right over there? We're gonna go check that out next. Right after we see this submarine coning tower, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna loop back around and look at that boat. Coming up on the boat now. Taking a look at it. We got a bunch of, like, I guess, rocket launchers right here. Some anti-aircraft. Let's see what this is. It's an artillery gunboat. I'm assuming that would launch shells at wherever you're going. Interesting stuff. Yeah. There you can see the huge train behind me. Right there. And yeah, here's the boat once again. Having a pretty chill day. I'm getting pretty tired though. My legs are sore. I've been walking around standing for hours at this point. But, you know, we're going to push through it. Checking everything out as I go. This is that artillery gunboat. And one more thing, I don't know if y'all saw, there's a sea mine right there. It's kind of how it looks like in the water. Just like that. Y'all can kind of like see how they would like sit in the water. I'm assuming it would be fully submerged, obviously, so the enemy can't see it. But that's just a representation of how they look. And yeah, here's that boat, and then the like concrete boat on the other side. Yeah. Moving on from the boat section, it looks like we have a little like tank garden here, I guess you could call it. They got some, this might be a Japanese plane. There's a red circle on it. And you know, got flowers everywhere. It's kind of a solemn, peaceful area here. Yeah, it's a bomber from Japan. Back there we have a field gun from Japan. I'm assuming the Imperial Army used, or whatever they were called. And you know, it's actually a perfect resting spot for these tanks, because you know, it's like solemn, it's peaceful. Got another field gun from Japan. These are all like Japanese stuff here, yeah, because those are Japanese tanks. Light tank. Type 88, it's an anti-aircraft gun. Back here we have another tank, Type 97. Over here we have another Type 97. Just like that. Over here, so the Type 2, like an amphibious tank, which I'm assuming this like huge thing was a part of. And here we have a Type 4 assault tank. Assuming these two are the same because they look pretty identical. Just a little different in the hatches and stuff. Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, like this area seems very peaceful and calm. That these things were in at some point. You know, it's like a peaceful resting area for these World War II relics. Well, let's go see what else they have. And the last thing in the museum is this plane, which is some Japanese plane. The Hayabusa. It's kind of insane because I believe this is what they used to attack Pearl Harbor with. And you know, a lot of Japs, they went down with this plane. If you all know how the Japs like flew, they would like dedicate themselves to like their mission and take the plane down with them. So you know, it's pretty crazy to think that like these would come down on like and crash into things, but hey, that's how it was. At least this one got spared, and you know, it's in its peaceful resting spot here in Moscow. You know, out in the woods. You can see the like exit is behind me. So this pretty much kind of wraps it up. There's probably another like fortress or something here. Yeah, with all that said, we're about to head out of here, and you know, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do next. I'll go figure that out. Oh, here's the back of the amphibious tank, in case y'all were wondering. But yeah, I'm gonna make my way out of here and see where I end up next. So I just got out of the museum, and this is what it's looking like around here. It's starting to sunset a little bit. I mean, it's 6:30 in the afternoon or the evening, and it's like nice and cool. Temperature dropped a good amount, and yeah, you know, it's a very like solemn, peaceful vibe I'm getting here. You know, it's not loud, it's not quiet. You kind of just hear the ambience of nature, I guess. Like that. You know, it smells fresh. Smell like the flowers and everything. Yeah. I'm gonna figure out where I am exactly so I can kind of know where I gotta go. Oh, and over here they have like another field kitchen on display. Oh, I know where I am. That's the statue that we saw at the beginning of the video. Okay, here's a field kitchen. Pretty interesting. So this is how they would like eat during wartime. But with all that said, I'm gonna make my way back, and maybe I'll go over to Moscow City again because it's only a train stop away from the station Parky Pobedy. But yeah, let's go along the journey. This is the area behind me. We came out from over there, and now so we made it up to this monument statue. It says "Странам участницам антигитлеровской" something. I don't really know. I can't really see because the flowers are in the way on that one, but regardless, it's a whole national statue, flowers and everything. We're gonna keep on walking now. Up there, that's kind of where I came out from, looking for the museum. We're gonna keep on walking now, and probably go to the next spot. I don't know if I mentioned it yet or not, but I mean, I'll show y'all when I get there at least. Other than the showing like stuff on the way, because there might be some cool stuff I come across when I'm walking to the metro station. Just like this. This is like another like statue monument area. You can see like people coming out of the ground. Let's get a closer look at it. I'm trying to think of what this could mean. Kind of just like shielding your children from like the horrors of war, I guess. Something like that. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. I think there's something on the side too. Yeah, there's something on the side over here. Let's go take a look at that as well. Yeah, over here, got a bunch of like representations of things, like stuff you, I guess, lost. Their families were destroyed, things were ripped away from them. Pretty symbolic. But yeah, I come across anything new or anything else interesting, you know, as always, I'll keep all updated. But that's what I'm up to at the exact moment. I'm back at the front now. This is where we were before. Gotta see, it's like the sun setting. Got the huge monument right there. And you know, it's a beautiful evening. Had a great time at the museum, checking everything out. And you know, it's time to keep on moving. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the museum. The day isn't over just yet, but it's getting there. Kind of check all that out. Right before we get across, we'll be able to see Moscow City in the distance. All those skyscrapers, which that's where I'll be going next. I think I said that before because it's just like one train stop away or metro stop away. But regardless, get a look at it. That's where I'll be going. Get some food and, you know, walk around for a little bit, and then that'll probably be it for the day. And here is the World War I monument I mentioned earlier in the video. Герой Первой мировой войны. These heroes of the First World War. And there's the monument behind it. We'll get a closer look. Right over here. Let's see. Like that. But I'm making my way to the metro station, and I'll be there in just a little bit. Just figured I'd show you all the monument and this flower clock they got going on here. I don't know if y'all can see. On the left there's like a clock, and it says Moskva for Moscow, and it's all flowers in a way, arranged in a real nice way. Y'all can see it. Figured y'all could take a look at this as well. But enough showing stuff around, it's time to get moving. So I made it over here to Afimol City. You can kind of see around me the skyscrapers, the Stars Coffee that I was at last time. And I'm not going to be here for long. I'm really just here to get something to eat for later. And yeah, that's what the deal is. I'm gonna go upstairs, look at the food court, and see what's calling me. And with all that said, the day has come to an end. When I was at the mall, Afimol, I got 2 Dodo pizzas to go. And I got some stickers, stuff at the Parky Pobedy Museum as well. I don't think I ever even showed that, but just something for me. And yeah, it's nice and cool out here. It's like 68 degrees, something like that, 22 Celsius. It's getting dark, so it's time to make our way back to the apartment. And I really hope you all enjoyed today's adventure through Parky Pobedy. It was the outside part of the museum. There's still a whole indoor section that I didn't go to because I'm saving that for a rainy day. Because, why am I going to be inside when it's like a beautiful day like it was today? Yeah, once again, hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, I'm glad I did my job. If not, definitely let me know what I can improve on in the comments down below. And yeah, it's the train station, railway next by me. But with all that said, I'll see y'all real soon. Peace out.